what did your dad do?
My dad was in the wholesale shoe business.
Nice.
Yeah, and he had a like a
What kind of
warehouse.
shoes?
Everything. He would like buy shoes in bulk, and then retail stores would come to him, and it was called. It was a
Your dad owns Foot Locker.
Exactly. You just say exactly. And I would go there when I was little. He had like a cool warehouse, and they built it. It was actually really cool. Like they had built this new warehouse where they had nice offices and cool pictures all over the wall.
Yeah.
And I would go there and answer the phone because I thought it was cool to put people on hold.
Yeah.
And so I would call and go, Jacob Glass shoes. Picture, I'm 12.
Yeah.
And I go, hold. There was no one holding. And then I would get on the PA, I swear to God, and page my dad. He was right downstairs. And he literally hear me, but I love paging people. Jacob Glass shoes, hold. MA7 7118 or MA7 7119. There were 2 lines. Jacob Glass shoes, hold.
You were the worst to all the employees hated you, I'm sure.
You know, if they were all older, like they would work there. They were like basically people would come in, like you own a shoe store,
right?
And you'd come to my dad's warehouse.
Oh, people came to the warehouse. It wasn't. This is pre-online. I immediately thought of online stuff.
No, they would come and they'd own a shoe store. My dad knew a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then he had the showroom where they could show all the shoes.
Oh,
and
that's amazing.
Literally, someone would come in and go, look at a pair of shoes and go, how many do you have? He goes, we have about
100.
780 pairs of those. Sometimes people
That's
buy 100.
crazy.
Sometimes people buy 788. So my dad would get on the PA upstairs, and the guys that were in charge to go to where those shoes are, put them on a big moving, whatever, however they move them, onto the freight elevator downstairs, and usually right into sometimes they'd show up with their own truck.
Okay, this is for my edification. You might not know the answer. When somebody orders 700 pairs of shoes, do they just get equal amounts of every size,
No,
or do they know?
They know the sizes.
They know the sizes. That's something you don't think about.
Yeah, sometimes I remember little things about it, but yeah, and then they would go and then they would take the shoes into their truck usually, or they would order them and then they would be picked up by a company that delivered shoes.
Sure.
Yeah. But
how many square footage are we talking in this warehouse?
It was big. It was in the warehouse?
Yeah.
It was big. It was 5 stories high.
Holy shnikes.
And it was like big. Like I can't even explain. Like it was.
That sounds like a great hide and seek spot. Did you bring friends there?
Oh, you kidding me? We used to take crumpled up toilet paper and throw it at my grandfather.
What? What's that?
Because there was
How did you get to that?
There was a bet. You said, "Do we play hide and seek?"
Right.
So there was a store.
You play it differently in Philadelphia.
Well, it just reminded me of the closest thing we got. Me and my brother Corey would go up there and smoke cigars.
Whoa, nice.
One cigar, we'd pass it back and forth and get nauseous every time, but we insisted on doing it. And then my grandfather would be. There was a place where you could open up a window, and down below would be my grandfather, like when he was back in the warehouse, the part that was on the first floor. And we would, I don't know why we thought it was cool. We didn't throw them at him. We'd throw them on the ground, like one. And then he'd like, well, what is that? He had no idea. And that's where they brought the shoes.
Classic tomfoolery right there.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And all the guys were great. Like, there was this one guy, Rich, who would work there. And then my Uncle Benny, he was like, and they were so nice to us. Like,
yeah, it sounds
I
great.
used to walk down the street and go to Light Bites with some of the employees. But they were older. They were like, probably 35, 40 years
It
old.
honestly sounds like a Willy Wonka, but for shoes.
By the way,
like a shoe
in the first store that my dad had, same thing, warehouse, but very small.
Yeah.
They would take the shoes and there was a slide.
What?
The cartons would go down a slide, and then there'd be someone else waiting at the next floor.
That's amazing.
Send them down the next chute.
That's a kid's dream.
Oh, I would I would go down the slide.
Of course you would.
But also, we'd love to throw shit down the slide.
Like wads of toilet paper.
Anything we can get.